Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time as Humanity First in Terra Invicta in the 2026 start date. I think things have been going well. We have had a little bit of problems with humans, specifically in Earth orbit, which is why there is two alien ships up there. And to be fair, there probably will be more. There is, I believe, another batch of like 6 inbound, whether they're in for surveillance mission or here for other things. I'm gonna take a quick once over on our counselors. We had a spot in Japan, we'd probably pick that one up. Augment, you are probably the person we want to do science with. If you public camping for the moment, eventually we'll probably want to swap you over to actually doing science. Right now it would be a 15% science buff to the EU. We'll take another science and kick it up to 16 for the EU. At some point, it may be worth replacing the mission control and the boost orgs I have, as we no longer really need the boost, or at least 2 org slots as not a good use for that boost. And we don't necessarily need the mission control, although we do need the mission control right now. I would definitely be using it if we hadn't been having a couple setbacks with humans recently. We're clicking through here. We technically have an open slot there, but unless it was a good, you might take a command slot if I was to give you a command turret straight. Because his admin, I think, is actually capped at 24. So his next buy will probably be admin. I'll take him back up to cap again. And then we'll be saving up to drop command on him, probably. Either command orgs or command XP. And then you've got 2 open spots. You're also my criminal, so we're really just... you're the new criminal. That's probably a good way to think about it. They're probably here to pick up nice criminal orgs as they come out. Stack admin otherwise. Not really interested in the ones we have here. So maybe the admin, except for maybe the admin criminal ones, but we have to pick up particular countries for that, so we're going to pass on that for the moment. I believe that is, yeah, that's all 6 of our counselors. Last stream did see us picking up the 6th counselor. EU has got all its boost built, or all its mission control built with 119. We don't have any place to federate / unify yet. Next target is probably to bring in Italy. In fact, we're queued up to take a swing at Italy right now. After that is Estonia, and what remains of... I suppose we're waiting on cooldown there. So we've got Chechnya, Croatia on various states of cooldown with the EU. We've got Denmark in a various state of cooldown. So I think it's just Estonia and Bosnia after we integrate Italy. For the EU, everywhere else we've effectively got in a sort of cycle cooldown for moving into the EU. So it's just a moment of patience here, and the EU will get bigger, giving us an odd mission control or 2 here. Although, in theory, we've already got all that mission control, right? So we're not necessarily gaining a lot more in the EU. Once we've kind of stabilized the EU, the question will be where to next. Russia, eventually we could actually merge Russia into the EU, so there's actually an argument to go Russia next. On the other hand, it's going to be very hard to keep the EU stable with Russia. So there is also that argument to keep Russia and the EU separate. Pushing into totalitarian China is going to be difficult. And we probably don't want to pick a fight with resistance. We do have a peace treaty with the resistance. There's maybe an argument to work on either Africa or South America. I said this, I got to click the wrong way around. So this is Africa. This is South America, if you don't know your geography. Or do Saudi Arabia. We could do a Saudi Arabia in the middle here. And actually, Saudi Arabia would be more... We pop into Saudi Arabia and we kick out the Caliphate. Put the Caliphate together. Like, that would be an option there. That gives a big chunk of northern Africa as well. And the rest of Africa all would want to merge up, and that'd be like 3 different major nations. We don't have our primary objective yet, so we don't actually see what we need to hold. If I remember correctly, it's we need to make sure that the pro-alien factions do not hold a certain amount of territory, and that there is no alien nation. So it's a little bit harder than Resistance's, but it's not fundamentally different. And then in space, we're waiting for things to rebuild. Out at Mars, we have battleships being built. Those got queued up before we lost the Earth shipyard. And the Earth shipyard, I think, had ships queued in it at its destruction. So Foxtrot 8, not Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot 51 here, is down 3 ships because those were in the shipyard at the time of the shipyard's destruction. And then we have Foxtrot 8. We're trying to sort of rebuild up our Earth presence, making sure that our stations have defensive capabilities to keep the humans off of them, because the humans are mean and attack stations that are undefended if they don't like you. It's kind of where we're at. So once this is up, we'll probably move 51 to the new spot. Right now it doesn't have the PD isn't powered, is what's going on here. I think there's a couple open orbitals up here from where we lost earlier. Yeah, we still have two low Earth orbitals to reclaim. And probably once we take our orbitals back, we will probably be very tempted to try to take some more. Although we'll probably want to prioritize Mercury over more Earth for the moment. We're working the Solar Mirror Array for Mars. Solar and Dense are on Mars. And National Labs is science. Improved railguns is better weapons for the metal ships. Let's go ahead and unpause here. Confirm these missions, let some time pass. Okay, so that's space dock. Dock builds faster than a bunch of the tier 3 stuff, or the tier 2 stuff, so the station's nowhere near online. In fact, I don't even think that space docks
technology could be used to end hunger, poverty, and disease. Yet, rather than raising up our entire species, it is widening the chasm between those with access and those without. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee, speech to the United Nations.
That's the problem with every wondrous technology. It widens the gap between those with and those without. Simply by the fact that someone's got to get something first. Rollout is always a pain that way. It's how do you maintain equity while trying to roll out new productive technologies? Can be quite a bit of a difficult situation. So Cybernetics has been completed. The Protectorate was the one who completed it, replaced it with a rival security. We'll see if we end up with control of it. It might actually be tempting to try specifically to take control of that, so we can get the choice. Although at this point I don't have a thing I want specifically. Eventually we're going to want to make the run to up to Saturn and outer planets, and obviously down to Mercury. I'm not sure if I want to make the run to Mercury. Well, technically I think we want to do Jupiter before we do the run to Mercury, but I think we want to do Jupiter, Venus, Mercury when we do that. At least I don't want to do that while we don't have our colony ships ready. The colony ships got blown up when we lost the Earth dock, because they were currently stationed at the Earth dock when the alien ships arrived to blow it up, because the main defense fleet was off trying to keep the humans off of our orbs. And the colony ships weren't really equipped to fight. They had guns, but I don't think they even got to firing range, to give you an idea of how badly out range those guns were. Yeah, I could try a little bit harder to keep control of rival security. If we don't keep control of it, it's not the end of the world. Victor 85 has arrived at low Mars orbit. Has decided to start bombarding one of our locations. So this is going to cause us to respond to the Martian Defense Fleet. We might not arrive in time, because they're doing a little more bombardment. Let's take that burn. Okay, so that's our shipyards reestablishing at Earth. So we can now have the capacity to rebuild missing ships at Earth. We are currently down 3 monitors at Earth. So let's get 3 monitors going at Earth. At some point I'll probably want to be building battleships as well. But... okay, so they got the settlement mining complex destroyed. Okay, and then we do arrive. We are going to engage them. Both sides are willing to fight. They're not willing to give up the bombard mission mid-mission. Okay, so we're gonna assign 3 targets to 1. 3 targets to another one. I probably should actually assign 4 to the battleship, or the battlecruiser. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. There we go. And then we unpause, and we probably watch a successful engagement here. Torpedoes launch. Some of the torpedo bays are being jammed, which is probably an argument to try to improve the targeting computers. Whether that's enough to get stop it from penetrating PD is a different question. Cannot fire overcomes the jamming. On the other hand, we got enough torpedoes away that I would not be surprised if they lacked the PD to stop us. Here we go. Enemy targets dealt with. We did receive pretty heavy damage on one of the warships, but the enemy is otherwise dealt with. I think that was actually Plasma coming through with a critical hit. May have been a kinetic that got through. We did have the 40 mils going off. Chip damage on the other 2. There we go. Victory for enemy first. Select Foxtrot, do a share propellant. No, the damage ship doesn't have any damage really to its fuel. That's what's going on. Okay, so there's not even an intent. I don't need to share propellant, just burn. Try to burn to the closest refueling location. Yeah, so we can't get back up to Synchronous, but we can pop in on the next closest low Mars. So this is the solar mirror setup we already have. I'm going to toggle off repair and resupply. We're just going to fly here as quickly as possible. We will order a refuel and resupply, and then we'll actually move back up to the Synchronous Mars orbit for the repairs, because that's a proper shipyard.
Violence is abating.
We've moved the needle.
We've moved the needle.
Crackdown complete.
There's my crackdown. I cracked down in Albania, but that's not too much of a concern. And then let's have you then fly up to Synchronous Mars orbit. You can burn the whole load of fuel on the way up there, and then repair when you get there.
Mission in progress.
Begin repairs. We've got an arrival at low Earth orbit. They may not be here for us. They're targeting Foxtrot 8. Okay, so they are here for us, and the thing we will try to do is they're coming for Foxtrot 8. Foxtrot 8, I believe, is at our new shipyard. We'd like to protect the shipyard. We will try to get 51 to join on in. They will arrive in just under an hour. '51 did not arrive in time. All fleets are willing to fight, prepare for combat. So the question here is, do I have enough defenders? I suspect the answer is no. We're going to start off by ordering a full head order. These guys do not have enough firepower necessarily, I think, to win here, especially in a not accelerated state. So we're going to basically charge the enemy, dump the torpedoes, and just keep flying. Once they're out of fuel, they're out of fuel. Some tubes are jammed, some are not, which is not helping, presumably, with getting the torpedoes away. Of course, the closer we get, the harder it is for them to jam us. We also don't have significant armor on these guys, so we're not going to hold up for very long if the torpedoes don't get away. There goes one of our ships. Yeah, not enough, not effective enough launch. Enemy defense PD is enough. We will lose the OG first fleet. All ships dead in the void. It's now up to the aliens to figure out if they want to blow our station up. I think we scored no hits. That is one reason I tend to transfer away from missile-armed equipment. Because if you're outnumbered against enemies when you're missile-armed, at least from that sort of perspective, like, we technically outnumbered them, but not by much, you tend to run into situations where if you can't get enough torpedoes away or enough missiles away, they will shoot them all down. And then they become very harmless. And now we see if the PDA here has enough firepower to try to take the entire enemy fleet on. I suspect the answer is no. It's just a point defensive array, so the guns aren't that big. And there goes the PDA. So if anything, we may have delayed long enough either for our reinforcements to arrive, or they may also not have been there to fight the station. Okay, so here's Foxtrot 51. They will also engage. Both fleets are willing to fight. This time we're coming in with more torpedoes. 4 tubes per ship. We do once again outnumber them. As long as we aren't jammed, we're a little bit more likely to get through here. Although that doesn't mean we're not going to get jammed. My reasonable suspicion is we're about to get jammed. And once again, we're going to slam on the accelerator. These guys got better frontal armor. We're running 30 frontal armor. The previous group had 8. And these guys also have PD. it's still very likely to turn into a situation where whether or not this works is, can we get enough torpedoes away to saturate the enemy PD? Because 40mm autocannon is not going to be enough to win the fight, but... There goes all our acceleration, so we're coming as fast and as hot as we can. Just improve the ability for the unjammed torpedoes to get through that are launching late. We have some contact, but no. PD manages the hold. We do still have some unlaunched torpedoes due to jamming, which is an indication that we need to improve targeting computers, otherwise we're going to get jammed like that. Some torpedo tubes are coming off of unjamming, because we finally got it close enough, but don't think it's going to be... Again, we're going to suffer the sort of PD problem in here this close. Still. Now, this doesn't mean they've gotten away unscathed. A couple torpedoes did make it through, and the quads, the 40 mils, are opening up at such short range, doing some damage. So if anything, we've probably given them a bloody enough nose to at least go home. Whether to take the shipyard with them or not is the question here. Yeah, we damaged one of the enemy ships enough that they... In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that enemy ship's unable to get away with a little damage on it. Alien fleet launches for low Mars orbit. Okay, makes sense. Cybernetic implants, we're going to want that.
By the number.
Lost a control point in Finland, that's easy enough to take back. They are still at our shipyard. I suspect the shipyard's about to go kaput. Interesting. Okay, well, the aliens aren't doing it, the other humans are going to do it. It was apparently the answer here. Anyway, if the aliens aren't going to do it, the humans are going to do it. Okay, so, once again, we need to attempt to get a space station, orbital defensive, in medium Earth orbit. So I want 3 shipyards here. It's powered by solar rays. It's going to need a PDA, point defensive array, to try to defend itself. Probably going on a farm and some solar. And we don't have the space here to shove any operation centers, power-wise. So I'm going to skip the power in the operation center. Yeah, this is the shipyard. Once again, we are rebuilding our shipyard in Earth.
We've removed some threats.
That has been an eventful first month of the stream. Not going to say it was good for us, but it was eventful.
Where to?
And the run will continue.
We're taking power.
Standing by for orders. Applying pressure on their people.
Crackdown, purge. Boost government unity. We're mainly doing the unity because we need to get the closer to the rest value, hopefully. I wanted to be like 3 or 4, not 2. 2's a bit low. And then we
Standing by
have
for orders.
Berta here. Apparently I either have someone... Oh, that's Italy. Gotta underestimate my flags, right? So yeah, now we can pick up this Italian one. Italian criminal organization. For some reason I was reading that as Mexico. That's not the Mexican flag. Green, white, and red versus green, white, and red, but with an eagle in the middle. Yes. See how I got those confused at first glance. What missions do I have in you? Probably want you to be... Yeah, probably want you to be a second purger. Let's augment, espionage. How quickly do I want that point back in Finland? Because I could take the swing. Nah, 83 isn't good enough.
Terminating the opposition.
Ready for my mission.
Okay, I'm gonna send you to do the purge, so we're 94% to start with.
Targeting the opposition.
So this
Ready.
purge is not going to work unless the crackdown happens. Even then, I'm not sure how great it's going to be. Just that it'll be plausible at that point. Solar Mirror Array on the 11th of January. Once that's done, we're going to try building a new Solar Mirror Array location at Mars. And yeah, hopefully we can get our shipyard back and get some ships built. Nope, launching for Blue Ridge, so we're not going to be able to keep Blue Ridge without any defensive garrison. Or Blue Ridge is going to come online just as they arrive. Oof. Did that work, or did they blow it up in time? I think we glitched the game. Game bleed glitched. Okay. Excuse me, we gotta load on autosave. Okay, that's probably the actual autosave where the glitch happened. So what happened there from a glitch standpoint is the human faction hit the station just as the station's defenses came online. So we had a event that destroyed the defenses before the defenses activated, but that they activated quick enough that we had both them defending and being destroyed at the same time, which really confused the game. So this is the battle. didn't actually save the event that caused the glitch. So we should be able to hit accept here, should be able to hit auto-resolve, and we get a result. And so this sort of the confusion I think from the game's perspective was coming. Is like, hey, you hit auto-resolve, the side that should have lost can't be destroyed by the thing that was already... yeah. Okay, so that should fix the problem. Okay, so we will probably be able to keep Blue Ridge, because the defense module came online just as it was needed, which caught the human faction off guard. Starting Q to 3, yeah, we're going to want that. Want to minimize how much we're being jammed, and the aliens have demonstrated they're capable of jamming us.
Things are stabilizing.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Target lost.
Ooh, we failed the crackdown. So if we failed the crackdown, we're gonna abort this mission. This mission's failing. 2% chance is too low. Not mission. Abort mission.
Mission is a no-go.
There we go. Space mirror array completed. Yeah, we might want LDA. Well, actually, no, I'm already working on military tech. We'll do LDA after the military tech. We're going to work instead on target computer 3. So we can get some ships built with the improved target computer to minimize jam time. Over at Mars. Let's scroll out for Mars. In low Mars orbit, we're going to found an orbital. That orbital is going to try to stand up with the new fancy Tier 3 solar mirrors, solar mirror arrays. As soon as this turns online, we're actually going to upgrade the old one. This is effectively what we're going to try doing. So what do we want here? We're going to want a farm to basically make it resource cheap / free. We're going to need at least one solar array. It's maybe tempting to try to shove an operation center here, because then the hab would basically pay for itself mission control wise. Yeah, let's shove an operation center here into that logic. We need enough power to power that, which means this is probably not going to be a very good solar array in hindsight, because that's just a lot of... oh wait, that's what I'm screwing up. That's what I'm screwing up. I'm forgetting, I want fission power here. That's why we developed the fission reactors. Operation center, farm, fission reactor array. We'll see what needs fission reactor arrays for the one. And then solar mirror. Oops, too much power. That's going to be the other direction, but that'll be fine. Okay, so we got an operation center, we got a farm, got 2 fissions. Oh, I probably want to have a space dock over any one of these cylinders. There we go. So, everything is a Tier 2 module here, except for the space dock. 2 fission reactors to provide power. So, 3 fission reactors to provide power. A farm, so the crew is fed. So we don't have to pay that water and volatiles. We're having to pay a little bit of water and volatiles and a little bit of radioactives for the reactors, but that's what we get for not, well, being in orbit in places that aren't Earth or closer to the sun. There's a bunch of solar mirror arrays, which should significantly improve the power on Mars. And then once this is done, we'll pop over to the other Martian solar array and improve it.
Our associates were unable to take control.
They did to defend. I probably should have invested in some influence there. Okay. New counselors start with plus 40 XP. We'll probably want that. Some of our counselors do look a little old, and will probably need to be replaced.
Standing by. Removing our enemies.
Your orders? Targeting their key people.
I work for you now.
Ready.
I feel like they just came up with defense, which means they're probably just going to go right
Targeting
back
the
up to defense. We'll see. Okay, let's confirm these assignments. Let some time pass. We've got a plan, although this plan is having to bounce back from a bunch of setbacks.
Things are cooling off.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Local economic boom. Investment in the economy has now triggered economic expansion in Moldova. Yeah, let's do
We have
that.
hurt them where it hurts.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Oh, and a crackdown went through because they didn't do the defend that I was expecting. It's fine. Lost a point in Albania, although that's easy to take back.
We are in control now.
Our people have taken control.
Okay.
Ready for orders.
So that purge did go through. That's good to see. Well, again, you're the better purger, so we're gonna actually send you to purge the Albania point back. We'll invest 16 to offset
Terminating
them putting
the
it on
opposition.
defend.
Ready for orders.
Back down
Going after their people.
and
Ready for
purge.
orders. Removing our enemies.
And then, oh, we do have a couple unifications. So if I can spare the time, I think we can
Reporting
probably
it.
spare the time with you. Let's instead have you do set national policy so we
Time
can
to
start
make
those
our move.
unifications.
At your service.
You have XP. You're my persuasion person. Well, I suppose actually you're also our other criminal. Did my counselors reorganize?
I'm here.
No,
What's the up?
you're also my other criminal. So you could pick up some more criminal orgs as well, as good ones make themselves available. Yeah, let's give you some persuasion. Take you up to 25 persuasion. Okay. Confirm assignments. Let time pass. There's advanced rail cannons. We're gonna want that. 'Cause that's the improvement on the improvement for the battleships.
We're winning their hearts
And
and
in the long run,
minds.
the battleships are going to be the way we defend
We
the
have neutralized
the
their
space
key
ports.
people.
missiles are how we attack. Rail cannons are how we defend. Early on here, crackdown successful in Italy.
The people will come to our side.
Mission complete.
Unification. We'll do Moldova because it's more vulnerable to someone else trying to take it off of us.
Our associates are now in charge.
Back in full control of Albania.
Our associates are now in charge.
Ready for my mission.
Okay. We're protected because you have resistance. I don't really want to screw with the resistance. You're protected because you have resistance. I think we'll bring you in to do the final purge here.
Removing
We'll
our
still do the
enemies.
crackdown with your
I'm here.
investigator.
Turning
We'll
up the
put
heat.
you on
Ready to go.
set national policy. You can unify the last 2
Heading to
unification
the
targets at
capital.
once. Now, as soon as we take over the executive in Italy, it'll drop the Federation list until we consolidate control. Oh, and I have Sweden to bring in. Then it'll just be Estonia and Bosnia in the list. We need to move on to eventually, but it's fine for the moment. Farming assignments, letting time pass. Abo. Oh no, that's coming up for my shipyard before the shipyard defenses come online. This is real annoying because they can keep doing this, and this is just annoying in that they can do this. Yeah, there goes our station again. Okay. There is a workaround I can do to sort of try to get past that sticky phase, which is what we're going to try doing here. And the trick is they don't have enough firepower in Earth orbit yet to overcome PDA, but I'm not getting the PDA online quick enough with that build order. So we're going to have to do it the hard way. We're going to have to start Tier 1. So Tier 1, we'll start with a space dock. PDA, double solar panel. And I think I'll do that twice. We only need 1. Whoops, that's low Earth orbit. You know, low Earth orbit will do the same thing. And this is because, from a defensive standpoint, they're not strong enough yet in Earth orbit to stop a single PDA is enough to stop them. And as you can see, the delay before them attacking our bases is actually long enough to get the PDA up. So this second one's probably superfluous, but I said the second one up anyway. But they're not quite aggressive enough to attack before we can get a single
The people
PDA
will
up. We
come
just
to our side.
got that window, is what's going on. So we're
Public
going to try doing it a little
sentiment
bit
is
faster that way.
increasingly with us.
Does mean I won't be able to build
The
straight
control
to
is
Tier 2,
vulnerable
which is
now.
really what I wanted to do. Crackdown mission, critical success, cool.
Policy direction complete.
Unify Finland before we lose that point, the crackdown.
Policy direction complete.
Unification Norway. Yeah, it's actually brought EU large enough that EU is now a 6-slot control point nation. Financial sector, identity blocks, trade unions, mass media, legislature, and executive.
We're in control here.
Okay. So we're waiting for cooldown here. 14th of May. Waiting for cooldown here as well. 14th of July. Okay. You're going to do in the next cycle, which is this cycle. So I should set it
Acknowledged.
up to be done now. Put you to stabilize.
We'll make things safe.
You're
At your
on
service.
doing that Federation
Time to make
move.
our move.
What's the op?
I suppose we're now in Italy. All the way. There's no more EU targets to go after. So the question is, where in the world do I go next? We already control 2 places in the Middle East. So there is an argument to go Saudi Arabia. Although the resistance in Saudi Arabia. America, if it wasn't controlled by the resistance, would be a high priority target. It's controlled by the resistance. I would like to take the nukes away from the servants. China... I need to get some technologies done if we're going to do China. And there's no point in doing a Taiwan, because they've... The whole point of doing Taiwan, or China into Taiwan, is to take advantage of Taiwan's democracy score, but because they've done Taiwan into China, that's gone. Yeah, probably the Caliphite's next. So Middle East's next. What is our purge expectations, just straight up in the Middle East? 3% if it's a defended point. Yeah, 3% if it's up if it's a defended point. Oh, they've expanded Israel. Okay. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Russia. Russia, we're gonna have to public campaign before we head into it, though. So it's not gonna be an instant in. So you're pretty bad at public campaign. Let's have you do. Although you don't have defense, so you might as well public campaign. Yeah, 11%'s a bad start. What is it in home territory? 53. 95 in building. Okay,
We'll make our appeal.
At your service.
You've got 24, so we can just throw you at Russia.
I will try to sway the public.
And then you
Where to?
have defend interests. Do defend interests in Italy. We're only just in there.
Securing our control.
And out of the stuff... Well, there's maybe an argument not to bother with Italy, because Italy is also pretty small in comparison to some of the nations like Russia. It's big enough that it can defend itself, but it's small enough that you maybe don't worry much about defending it. Or maybe not too small that you have to worry about defending it. But the other places defended would be Sweden and Denmark, but I think we're fine. Okay. So we'll run that combo. That's looking fine. We don't have control over rival security, so someone's going to pick something different there. We do have control over rival psychology. I might just bite the bullet and do the push to Jupiter next. The push to Jupiter will give us more mining capacity. Oh, I forgot one of my mines got blown up. Not the mining site, the mine got blown up. No, that's the Martian shipyard. That's not what I'm looking for. At base. The mine got blown up. Let's rebuild all, please. Thank you. I'm like, I was about to go like, and if we do Jupiter, we'll get like one more mission control effectively because we are no longer overpaying for our 16 to 15 mines, and then realize, wait, the color's not there. Realizing that my mine was not operational because I forgot to fix the mine. Do once over in the counselors before we confirm. Yeah. Oh, and you were saving up for... No, you weren't saving for anything. Okay. Let's confirm assignments, let time pass.
Making things safe for our people.
Order is returning.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Public opinion is
It's going to be a
moving
slow
in our
process
direction.
in Russia.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
And it's a process we want to do. Russia's big enough that we're going to need to basically public campaign there. So Sweden, and confirm on Sweden. I'm going to put Sweden on the cooldown. When the cooldown is complete, we can merge it in. So that's the orbital core for the new solar array.
One grabs a weapon, another offers a hand to negotiate, a third falls prostrate. and the fourth runs. Only one of those chose the right, best response. What we're trying to understand is how to ensure we induce that response when the time comes. Colonel Hans Castillo, during a staff meeting with morale officers.
Okay, so that's survival psychology. I suppose if we wanted to be pushing towards tier 3, we need to do extended space survival. But yeah, I think grabbing the extra mines. I think it's time to get some more space mines, or be ready to get more space mines. So Jupiter, Venus, Mars. Although I will delay Venus, Mars until we have the colony fleet going in. The colony fleet would be quick enough to build, so I'm not too worried about that. There's our battleships assembling at Mars. Got 3 battleships at Mars. So as you can see, we've got a bigger fleet at Mars than we do at Earth. Although I suppose arguably Earth at this point is more important than Mars. As blasphemous as that may sound. Okay, so let's get Mercury landers being built again. So that's 8 Mercury landers. We'll grab 2 orbiters as well. Basically get a fleet together, and then once that fleet's assembled, we can attempt to research to Mercury and get to Mercury first. Okay, they're running to one of our stations. It should be one of the stations actually at defense capacity. See how well that goes for them. Terribly. Goes terribly for them. So yeah, apparently we've pissed off Exodus at this point. It's the easiest way to describe that state of affairs.
Standing by. We will restore peace to this nation.
Where to?
I can raise and rest account stabilize with you. Okay. What's your odds of public campaigning? 57% Italy?
I would try to sway the public.
Standing by.
I'm here.
I'm here.
You have a little bit better odds. Yeah, we'll take 75%
I will tell our
odds.
story.
Your orders?
I can probably stop public campaigning in the EU. I think we just had a drop. We're pretty close to where the stable point is anyway.
Making our case.
This person in here, not particularly great at public campaigning, but they're better than nothing. You probably want espionage. You're a little bit more hidden. And you probably want espionage. You're a little bit more hidden. Would grab the admin org. I'm richer than I thought. A lot richer than I thought. I forgot to get rid of loss adverse on you. Whoops. Yeah, a lot richer than I thought. These are 1 for 3s. These aren't too bad. We'll pick these up. So that's a Mexican cartel. Okay. Take lead in Jupiter, which is fine if they do.
That senators demand that we deploy rifle companies to patrol the suburbs for aliens is foolish for so many reasons, not the least of which is that they may not be sent home when this is over. Commander Fiona Ayawade, Private Correspondence.
Rival security, initiative completed. They've replaced it with extended space survival, which is one of the other ones I was thinking about. Again, because extended space survival goes to tier 3 habs, only in ring habs, although we would need our space future. Our space future is behind space navies. So, not the only thing required for the tier 3 habs. Yeah, so it's the orbital, ground, mission to the outer planets. It's the only 3 things that goes towards. And we don't have mission to Saturn, so presumably they're going for it just for the extended space survival stuff, which isn't. I think that's tier 3 residential modules. Hardened tab shelters would actually be pretty good for defending ground installations. Is that my news station you're arriving at? Had I realized that, I should have really responded ahead of time. We're not gonna get there in time. It's not even worth launching, we're not gonna get there in time. Yep. I don't think my Martian fleet has the Delta V to travel out to the moons. Oh, they do, but it would be a one-way trip. That still doesn't seem like a great plan. Okay. So let's try to build this right this time, and what I'll do is I'll go park the battleships at this station temporarily. That'll keep them off of it. So, space dock, so we can refuel the ships. PDA to keep people off of it. I think originally I hadn't planned a PDA here, which was the other reason they may have decided to attack it. Farm, fission reactors to power it, so that's actually enough to power as is. Farm, PDA, space dock. I'm going to leave the operations center off for this one. Yeah, because putting the operations on here basically cost me 2 slots. Okay, so we got that being built. We'll reposition the battleships to protect that. It's going to take them 8 hours to get down there, but that's fine. They're not going to organize an attack in 8 hours.
Things are stabilizing.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Things are cooling off.
Okay, so Kilimanjaro is the existing solar mirror array. That's what they're launching towards. Let's sortie Foxtrot 35. We can be there in 5.5 hours. Okay. These cases, we're going to do the upgrade at each of these habs. Now, because we did tier 1, this can now defend itself. It's very worthless in the meantime, but it can defend itself against these odd one-ship fleets. About to destroy the opossum of the Cougar class. Short burst torpedoes away. Should be more than enough to overcome the PD. Oh, it wasn't enough. Second burst was. Of course. Of course that's what they did. Had enough time at the station to blow up the power plant. And, like, just the power plant. Former solar array, and the fission plant. Oh, the only things they managed to blow up, was my power supply. Okay. Which brings most of Mars offline. As of course it does. Okay. We should have a PDA here. We don't have a PDA here yet. Get a PDA here. Over at the old construction module. So, less than a month we should have the PDA online. We should keep them away from this.
The people will come to our side.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We've moved the needle.
PsyOps, plus one rest, we'll want that at some point. In fact, we probably want that before we go into... Well, we want that before the alienation spawns. Or if I get independence movement so we can get bits off of China or something. Okay, that was repair someplace completing. This is probably a good place to put a part break in. I would say we're making progress, except we really haven't been. Humanity, more than the aliens, are being a problem. Granted, the aliens have been a problem. They came and blew up the Earth shipyard, but everywhere else it's been humanity. Humanity, except for where we're distracted by the humans. It's been the aliens that have, except where we're distracted by the humans, it's been the aliens not being a problem, but the humans being a problem. Except when we're distracted and the aliens can show in and actually blow stuff up. We're working on guns. I lost my third tech slot because all the skunkworks shut offline. Okay. This is humanity being annoying. Apparently Humanity First is turning into Attack Humanity First, yep. The run is going to continue. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're going to take a short break here so we can stretch the legs, sip some tea, and then we're going to get back to trying to keep the orbits safe and controlled and not have our stuff blow up. We'll see how well we achieve that last one. So until the next bit, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next bit, and bye for now.